Hello, everyone. This is Lynn Baribault of Clearing Path, Intuitive Channeler. And today I was thinking about the theme, and I thought taking the time to notice what is around us. And by that, I mean the natural world, because Mother Earth is the master healer. And she is also the one who can so gently and lovingly embrace us when we feel we need to be embraced, we need to be comforted, or we need to be just to land in her arms and just to stay there for a moment. And this theme was brought forth by yesterday last night when I looked out my window, and the snow was so gently coming down, and it was just so peaceful. And I actually stopped thinking, I stopped wondering, planning, what am I going to do next, etc., etc. And I was just mesmerized by looking at the snow so gently falling, covering whatever was there before, and just blanketing the previous moments, the previous days. And I thought, that is beautiful. And by just watching the snow, I was able to really calm down and be in the moment. I know you hear often, oh, just be in the moment, be in the moment, try to live and be in the moment. And I don't know about you, but I get annoyed with that because I'm going, what is that being in the moment? How does that feel? And I'm not one to sit down too often. I can't sit down. Obviously, I'm sitting down right now. But I like to be in motion. I like to move. And so for me, being in the moment, I always thought, oh, it needs to be, in the meditation. Oh, and I'm going, I like to quiet down and do like a 15, 20, 30-minute meditation, because that always makes me feel good, obviously. I like to lead a meditation because then I'm busy channeling the scene, but I'm also a participant in the meditation. So there is live action there and passive action. So the live action of bringing the scene forward, and the passive action of actually being in the moment. And I looked up the different ways of being in the moment. And for me, that means going for a walk. Going for a walk in nature is the best thing for me. And I actually like to go with friends and family in nature. I also often like to go by myself and just take time to notice the trees, the birds, the squirrels, the tracks in the snow, and just the way the branches curve, and how they, sometimes you see a tree and then there's another tree that has kind of whip, kind of like, I don't know what the word is. I'm doing this gesture, kind of snuggled around this other tree. And to me, that's just so beautiful, because you have like the main tree, which is usually a bigger tree, and then there's a smaller tree that has kind of looped around. And for me, that's like such a gentle embrace, that of the older tree being sturdy for the younger tree and support this younger tree. So I always find imagery in nature that really kind of brings me to, oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So when I am being in the moment, I am closer to being in the moment when I'm with nature, when I watch the birds on my patio feeding at the bird feeders, and all the different kinds of birds that are there every day. And I love my garden. I love to watch my plants, my flowers, my vegetables grow. And it's like I do this little tour, get up, have my coffee, breakfast on the patio. As soon as I can, I do that. And then I go for a little walk around my garden just to see where we're at, what has changed, what has grown. Oh, there's a new weed there I need to remove. And that really takes me in the moment, in being in the moment. So if you are one who can sit and meditate, and that, feeds your soul, that's beautiful. If you are a bit like me, where you kind of need a bit of a movement, a bit of a change of scenery, then that is beautiful as well. And so today I encourage you to look out your window, go for a walk, and see where you find nature in your surrounding, and really notice what you see and how you feel when you watch it. And take that time to be in the amazement of how incredible nature is, how resilient, and it's always there. There's always nature around us. And so I feel that being in nature, regardless of where you live, because I live in town, and so I've got birds, I've got bunnies, I've got squirrels, I even have skunks stopping by once in a while. And there's always a tree. And within that tree, there is life, and there is growth, and there is a continuum where it has started, you notice it, it will continue. And that is what our lives are. We have started, we are at this moment, and we will continue. And I think that nature is the great reminder of what our place in the world is. And in honor of Mother Nature and nature that surrounds us, I decided to pull cards from Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen D. Farmer. This is an older deck, and I still really love it. And if you have children, or you just, kind of are like a child yourself, there's this other deck, which is Children's Spirit Animal Cards. And it's just as beautiful, but it's a Stephen Farmer as well. And the cards are a little brighter. So maybe I'll use that one tomorrow. So today I am using the Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guide. And I love seeing herons. When I see herons flying, I'm just always like, oh, it's going to be a good day. And the back of the cards there's herons on the back of the cards. And so let us tap our deck and see what animal spirit, want to tell us about today. Okay, so we have this card, and I don't know if that is a card. I'm being asked to pull a different one. Interesting. Okay, so we are going there. Okay, I will tell you what the other card that Spirit said, no, not this one. Just why not? Because you'd be curious, maybe, like I am. Okay, so the first card is the polar bear. And look at the beautiful, beautiful polar bear. Polar bears are powerful, magnificent animals, and they live in very, very harsh conditions, and they have learned to survive. And hopefully, with the melting of the ice, they will be able to adapt so that we can continue to have polar bears in our lives. And the message from this card is stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully, and compassionately with no attachment to income. Sometimes we have things that bug us. Sometimes there's things that, situations where we feel like, I need to address this. This is wrong, or this doesn't sit well with me. And whenever you do that, always do it as though you are speaking to your best friend. And that will help the energy for you to express yourself in a way that is kinder than maybe using the harsh words you want to use sometimes. And the no attachment to the outcome is really important, because you are doing this, you are speaking up, you are setting boundaries, possibly resetting boundaries, and you are speaking up for yourself on behalf of how you feel. And the non attachment to the outcome is somebody else's issue, not yours. Stay in your lane, say with kindness and compassion what you need to say, and let it go. Walk away and see what happens. Say, Spirit, help me solve this situation. The second card is the Weasel. And again, a bit more blue. And weasels are an incredible creature. They're very stealthy. And it's saying, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. And that is stopping and watching nature in action. And so these are the two cards that go together that Spirit has stamped, pre-approved for this. And I'm very curious as to what this third card is. And it's a chameleon. Chameleon? They're so interesting to watch, with their eyes being able to go in different directions at the same time. I don't know how physically that works, but it's just like an incredible feat of nature and design. And it says, stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of event. Actually, it does go with the insights from the Weasel, which is saying, let go of the outcome, say what you have to say, let go of the outcome, and, then don't try to direct the course of event. Each person has their own way of doing things. And even if it's different than what you would do, how you would do things, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. And so these are let's just do it. 3 cards for today. I will post this video when I come back. You'll see that maybe you have noticed that I was just a little bit distracted. And it's just, I have an Oracle card party of 7 people this afternoon in Kitchener. So I have to leave very soon to drive and do that. And it is a wonderful host who has gathered a bunch of friends together to get 30-minute readings from me. And because one of them canceled, one of them is going to have the joy, I guess, or the luck of having an hour with me. And so if you have different parties coming up, different office functions, different, I don't know, bachelors, bachelorettes, or you just want to gather people around you, and you're interested in inviting me to come do an Oracle card party, check it out. It's on my website, just my name, Lynn Baribault. .com. Thank you for following me on my YouTube channel, which is just at all lowercase Lynn Baribault 888. And have a wonderful day. Spend some time watching nature and breathing and taking that pause or these pauses in your day so that you can feel anchored and embraced by Mother Nature. She is most certainly one to watch always and forever. And have a most beautiful day. And I'm off to this fun Oracle party. But the reason I was distracted is that spirit from the clients this afternoon have started coming through, and I can see them, and I'm going, yep, I'm coming. I'll be there shortly, and we can chat. So that's how it works when you are walking with spirit. Have a great day. Thank you.